Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Mary D Show. My name is Mary D Welch, and I'm the host of the Mary D Show. I'd like to thank you for being here on this wonderful Monday. I know I say that every Monday. People are like, why does she say that every Monday? Because it is. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. I tell you, I even went for a walk this morning, which is really, I've got to get back into my walking routine. I got away from it, but I'm trying to get back into just take care of yourself and get out in nature. So I went walking this morning. It was beautiful. I mean, the wind is blowing, but it's not bad. It really isn't bad. I would like to first, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to first thank our live viewers and our replay viewers. Thank you for being here today. All of you touch my heart every time you come out for the show. You really do. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for today's show. And today our sponsors are, if you are, it's First Friday's Travel for your travel insurance. The Idea Club, firstfridays travel.com, so you can get to the website for your travel insurance. If you are looking to have an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, or a 501c3 nonprofit, it's the Idea Club, and the president is Dumas Martin Jr. Go to theideaclub.com, another sponsor for the show. Another sponsor for our show is First Book Academy. If you are looking to write your first book, you know how I am about that. You want to go to First Book Academy. That's where you want to go. And I'll go in and put a couple of the books up. You get to see the covers of some of the books that I've been blessed to be the author of. Next, the Henderson Real Estate Team.info. The Henderson Real Estate Team.info. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, even if you're looking to refi, you can call the Henderson Real Estate Team.info and they'll be able to help you. Next, we have as a sponsor, Front Page Publishing. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Front Page Publishing. Now, you say, well, you just said First Book Academy. First Book Academy is the writing side where you write the book. Publishing the book, writing and publishing are two different things. So first you write the book, then you publish the book. You write the book in First Book Academy, you write the book in First Book Academy, you publish the book in Front Page Publishing. Ta-da! And then you have a published product. Next, we have Welch Travel Tours. If you're looking to travel and you don't want to pay full price, you want to travel wholesale instead of retail, then you can go to the Welch Travel Tours for that. I'd like to hold this up for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the cover of the book. This is, and I think I made the mistake of assuming everybody knows what probate is, because truth be told, I didn't know what it was until I had to experience it. I go through it as an experience. So I ended up writing the book, Save Your Home from Probate. Ta-da! There we go. Put it right there. Just you can see the cover of it. And the reason I always show this is that there's someone out there, if you are, and I hope you never go through it, by the way. If you own a home and you, even if you have a will must be probated unless you have a trust. Now, a trust, that would mean that person's taking care of everything prior to their departing, which is, I would say, I wish I could say a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. I think it's that people think they have time. And I know I'm guilty of that, of thinking, I got plenty of time. We don't know how much time we have. Let's just be honest. So the truth is, you want to make sure your affairs are in order. And that would be this. If you get the book, Save Your Home from Probate, and say it again, if you have a home, then you can transfer it to whoever you want to. It's one page. It's a one pager. You fill out one page, you notarize one page. That's it. I know it sounds so simple. It's almost like, can it really be that simple? And the truth is, it can be. But yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Now, Now to the this is for, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, before I even tell you about our guests, we have Daryl. Hi, hello, Richard. I said Daryl. Hi, Richard. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Richard. Hi, Gwen. I'm always glad to see you. I'm gonna tell you, if it wasn't for people like Richard and Gwen, I don't know. I can't thank you guys enough. Your support, I don't even know how to describe it. It's been just touches my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Now, for our guest today, this lady, I'm going to tell you, let me tell you about a little bit about the lady. I've known her probably about, I think, between 3 and 4 years. Um, Nicest person. When I tell you, and I'm not just saying this, when I tell you this is the kind of this lady will give you the clothes off her back. I mean, she will literally give you the clothes off her back. Her name is Janie Williams. She is a motivator for young ladies. She is a motivational speaker. She is California expansion team builder, wealth builder, and we'll talk more about what that means. She's also the co-author of Whispered Messages. Ooh, you're gonna find out. She's an author too. She's a poverty mindset specialist. Think about that, poverty mindset specialist. She's the president of the Moreno Valley Black Chambers of Commerce. She's the owner of a janitorial service, and she is the founder, president, and CEO of Hungry, We Hungry. Let me tell you a little bit more about Janie. She has dedicated her life to service. She truly, truly has. She is a friend. If a friend is in need or a family member suffering in any way, they know that Janie will be there to provide the shoulder to lean on. Today, Janie has taken on a project that is bigger than even she could imagine. She is feeding the unhoused, or AKA what we call the homeless. And I think that that's the new vernacular for homeless, is called unhoused. And then also, originally she would feed and clothe everyone that she could from her family's finances. Think about that. When someone's, they don't have a place to stay and they need food to eat, and you already have your own family's bills and so forth, and you're helping others. That's big. In addition to that, it's her own family's finances and donations from family and friends. Today, Janie's Hungry, We Hungry is a 501c3, and she is seeking grant funding to further her programs, opportunities, and training. And we're going to talk about that too, because Janie has some ideas about how we can really help the homeless get back on their feet. She says she can now obtain grant funding to build her dream facility for the unhoused. Her commitment, love, passion, and determination to give people a second chance in life is unmatched. Ladies, gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you not only a guest, but a friend, Janie Williams. Janie, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Mary. How are you? I'm here. Yes. Thank you for that awesome introduction.
And it's the truth. It's all the truth. Janie, I'm telling you, since the day I met you, you've always been a giver. You've always been a giver. And just know, we're going to get into that though. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the audience of who you are. And as I'm going through this, I don't even know how you sleep at night. So,
I get my rest in, Mary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about you, Janie, because I know even being the president of Moreno Valley Black Chamber, I think I found that out later on. I didn't know that you were the president at first. All right.
Yes.
So how did you get involved with all these different activities?
Okay. So, of course, my name is Janie Williams. I am a mother of one. I have a 35-year-old daughter. She is amazing. She's an influencer, and she is really doing well. I have one granddaughter, and I have custody of my niece and little Miss Miracle. She is 11 years old. I've been having her since she's been one. It's been amazing. I'm an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur. I have several businesses that I do. I love it. I'm a co-author of a book called Whisper Messages. Yes, you can get it on Amazon. I love it. And
everything okay?
I'm so sorry. My somebody just came in my door, and I know nobody's supposed to be here. I'm so sorry. I look like, what is that? I'm fine.
Okay. No problem. So,
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Now, let me ask you this, because on your book, Whisper Messages, what is the book about?
Yes, so it's multiple authors in the book. It's several authors in the book, and I have a couple stories in the book. And one of my stories is you can unmute now. It's a bunch of people, it's a bunch of young ladies and one young man, and they just have different stories in the book. The book is amazing, and it has where you can write little notes
Right.
after you read it and tell your little story or whatever, because there's a story in everybody. And
Right.
so
Now, when did you finish the book?
I finished the book in 2021 of August. August
Okay.
2021.
So it's an anthology of.
No, 2022. I'm sorry.
Okay. That was this year then.
2020. I'm sorry. The twos. Please distribute. Oh,
Okay,
these dates.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. It's an anthology. How many authors are involved in the book?
It's I believe it's 12. I don't lost
Okay.
count.
Okay. And so everybody has their own
10. It's
story.
10, yes.
And then you guys all collaborated and put it all into one book.
Yes.
Whisper Masters. That's wonderful.
And it's on Amazon. It's a bestseller too.
Oh, how nice. Oh, I know about those bestsellers. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody wants their book to be a bestseller.
Yes.
Once you put it, at least I know I do, to be a bestseller. But that's good. That is very good. Well, I know that's only one of the things you do. You're also a mentor to young ladies. What does
Yes.
that entail?
Well, so it goes along the line of the poverty mindset. I came from a dysfunctional home as a kid. My mother had 7 children and she worked several different jobs. And from that, you name it, I've been through it. And so there's a lot of young ladies that have a story. We all have a story. Right. So there's a lot of young ladies that don't know that there's another way. Like I've been in abusive relationships. Mm-hmm. And so being in an abusive relationship, ladies always say, oh, he loved me. He's going to change. He's going to do something different. But that's not the case. Right. So I mentor them to help them, to see a different way. And I also help them to just change the way that the poverty mentality, the way that they see things.
Okay. I'm going to go. We have a couple of comments. So I want to make sure I get those in. And that's for Richard. Gwen. I'm waving them. I say, and then we have, and that's Shelly Dansby. Hi, Shelly. She said, hi, Janie. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
And then we have Charles. She said, hello, Mary and Janie. Mary, so sorry I missed you last week. Oh, that's okay, Charles. You're here this week. We're going to go with that. So welcome back, Charles. And welcome to all of you. And you said the mentor goes along with the poverty mindset specialist.
Yes.
Okay. How did you become a specialist for a poverty mindset?
Because I've lived that life. So I've been there. And so I know what that looked like. And so I developed a skill to help people to see that there's another way so that they don't have to live that life. So when you're in a circle and you're in an environment and that's all you know, that's all you know. And so I'm introducing them into different things, in a different way of looking at things. And that is one of the things that I do with the homeless as well.
Okay. But it seems like that basically sounds like you're a therapist to us, to a certain, maybe it's not a clinical or, but you are giving so much therapy to people to let them see. Correct me if I'm wrong, that many times that it's our mind that's creating this.
Absolutely. It's our mindset.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
That is really, if you really think about it, it's hard to grasp that. When you're living a certain way, isn't it hard to believe that your mind could be doing this?
Yeah. And some people don't even know that they're in that situation. Like if you have 2 babies and one go into a home, that 2 newborn babies, and one go into a home where their parents are rich, and one go into a home where one parent is poor. If you switch those babies, you'll get a different outcome. The one that was supposed to be rich will be poor, and the one that was supposed to be poor will be rich. It's all about your environment and the circle that you're in.
Whoa, that's huge. I'm listening to you learning, and I'm like, okay, what could I be doing? And don't realize I'm doing it, and don't realize it's in my mind that's creating this. So that's big, So I want to learn more on your well, let me just say this. You're a leader anyway. From the day I met you, I already knew that. And to be the president of Merino Valley of the Merino Valley Black Chamber of Commerce. That's pretty big in itself. Not to mention all the other things that you do. So when did you become president? I didn't even know you were until I saw the bio. So that's when I learned that. So when did you
Yeah.
become president?
So, the January of last year, I became the president.
Okay.
And that came about because I work in the community. And so
Right.
I work in Moreno Valley with the homeless, and I'm always seeking out Black businesses because I love our people.
Right.
So whenever I find out there's a new Black business in Moreno Valley, I tend to go live. I go there on purpose. I support, I buy, and I go live and share the information with everybody.
Right.
And so somebody reached out to me and was like, since you're already a part of the community, would you like to be? And so I was in that season of yes, yes, and yes. So that's how I became the president.
That's good.
Chambers.
So you have a good exec board and everybody that works really closely and everything?
Yes. So I'm still building the board, but we're so far it's moving pretty good. This is a new area for me, so I'm open to all the possibilities because I'm excited too.
But because in addition to everything that I've said, you are an entrepreneur and you own your own company.
Yes.
Janie. And I'm just okay. Now, what's the name of your janitorial service?
So my mom, before she passed in '99, she used to clean houses, and I used to say, "Oh my God, like Mom, why are you cleaning those people's houses?" And that mindset that I had, I associated with slaves and working, so all that stuff. So I hated it, and so she asked me, could I come help her? And she was getting ill. And I said, yeah, I'll come help you, but this ain't something I want to do. So, yeah. So, but I started helping her clean houses. And I was like, Mom, you probably should start your own business. And she told me no. Well, shortly after she passed. Oh. And so
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So I went through it. And I was like, what can I do? What can I do in honor of her? And so I started a cleaning service. So my cleaning service is Eula May's Cleaning Service. It's named after my mom.
Oh, how nice. And you're honoring her.
Yes. Oh. And so it feels good because when I get the checks and they're with her name on it, and I get the flyers and the business cards and they still have her name, it's like every house I go into to clean, she's right there with me. So
that's wonderful. That I mean, I love things like that. I'm actually writing something now, and I named the characters after my parents.
Okay.
I named the main ones in honor of them. It's my way of honoring them, and I think that's the same thing that you're doing. We're honoring them by not letting their name die, I guess.
Yes.
And let
absolutely.
That's wonderful. Good for you, because I know too. That's only one of your businesses. Then you have another business. Janie, I'm gonna tell you, people talk about me. They talk about, oh, Mary, you're doing this, and I just listen to them. I'm thinking, yes and no. Yes, I am, but like you, I'm pretty sure you like everything you're doing.
I do. I love everything that I do.
See, that's what it is.
Yes,
it's not a like, it's a love.
Yes.
So let's talk about. You ready?
Yeah.
Because this one, I'm going to talk about this, and then we are going to go into not only I'm just getting through your businesses, and then we're going to go into your commitment to the homeless, because that's a big one. And there may be somebody listening today can give you some funding or tell you where you can get some funding for that. Your other business that you do is a travel.
Yes, I'm in the travel business. We are in the travel business. Yes.
We are. I love it too. I truly, truly do.
I do too.
Well, you just came back from
Punta Cana.
You just came back from Punta Cana. How was that trip?
It was beautiful. I wanted to stay. The culture, the people was amazing. I mean, man, it was beautiful. And I can say that people are scared to go out of the country now because of what's going on, the numbers going up and down and stuff. But it's really safer out there. They really care about the people. I mean, they are so safe. They don't even touch your silverware. They pick up tongs to give you your silverware. It's awesome.
Wow. Then what resort were you guys stay at? Did you stay at?
At the Secrets in Punta
Okay.
Cana. Was that Punta Cana?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We were there about 3 years ago. We went to Punta Cana. I love it too. I tell you, guys, there's nothing like traveling. Like, so did you need a passport to go to Punta Cana?
You do. You need a passport, yes.
Okay. Did you have to? I remember paying, I want to say it was like $10 to go in the country. I remember that.
$10
What was it now? I don't know.
for a passport?
No, no, no. To get when you go into the country, not a passport. No, I forget how much a passport's 100 and something. I forget.
Yes.
Yeah,
What do
but
you
it's
mean?
good for 10 years though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just give
but
it 10
no, it
years.
was a fee. You have to fill out the paperwork to enter the country. But I remember this. It was small. Believe I've been to countries where it's a lot higher than that. But you just need, I guess, a visa to get in. That's what it
Oh
was.
no, I didn't need that.
Oh,
So
that's good. That's good.
I didn't need to pay any extra fees.
You know, they may have ended that because of COVID, because COVID and their tourism is down. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah. That
Uh-huh. And they want tourists to come into the country. So that's true.
that
Okay.
could be a thing. That resort was packed. It
Was
was
it?
absolutely packed. Yeah.
Boy. So in other words, people was ready to get out of
They were ready to get out. And I love it because they test you when you leave and they give you free COVID tests 24 hours before you leave. So that was
okay.
awesome. If someone was to test positive, you get to stay at the resort until you get well, or how they have a lot of stuff in place for you.
Okay. We have a comment from Richard. He says, Mary Janie, it is just like my guest today. Sandra J. Dennis started her foundation, Silver Lining, after feeding the homeless what was supposed to be one. She started the foundation in 2012. So, in other words, it starts like that, but it doesn't end like, thank you, Richard. Thank you. Um,
Yes.
and that's why I said I wanted to go through your because I already know. When you talk about it's we hungry.
Yes.
A 501c3 nonprofit.
Yes.
That alone, oh, you said one day. There you go.
One day.
To feeding them one day. And then now she has a nonprofit also.
Yes.
Only thing is, and we went to just recently went to LA. Literally I wanted to cry. I
Yeah.
felt like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was in another country. That's how it felt. And I'm right here, 60 miles, and just felt like I was in another country. To
Yeah.
see so many people homeless, it just it touches my heart that it'd be that. I'm just amazed. So I don't know. I don't have the answer. I mean, I know just to get a job and to survive is hard. It is hard to do that. And but I just don't understand how we got here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But
Yes.
now that we're here, you're feeding families, I think it is too,
Yes.
and helping them. How did you get there? What was the first person that you started feeding? How did that happen?
Okay. So there's a story behind it. So um, I started feeding my family on Sunday dinners. And I said,
Okay.
it's a lot of the family that's disconnected. Let me see if I could get them back together. Let us, start communicating and putting something together like Big Mama. You know how our grandmas used to do. And my mom used to have family gatherings and stuff. So I started doing that every Sunday. And
Okay.
it started out really well, but then it started to trickle down, and so I was like, I still felt empty, right? And so I said, I'm gonna
Mm.
end it for now because it's not working out. And so I just was asleep, and I kept getting woke up out of my sleep for
Mhm.
like a complete week. Something was saying, feed the homeless. And I would sit up in my bed and I look around and I go, and I lay back down and go to sleep, and some say feed the homeless. And then I turn over and go, toss and turn. And it happened
Mhm.
for a complete week. And so I woke up and I said, I can't feed the homeless. I don't have any money. And I said it real loud. And so my mate was like, who are you talking to? And I was like, I was like, I keep having this dream. Something keep telling me to feed the homeless, and I don't have no money to feed the homeless. So anyway, a friend of mine came over. She wanted me to do her hair.
Okay.
I'm also a licensed cosmetologist as well. So I have 5 people of mine that I still do their hair as well. And so I was telling her about my dream, and she was like, "Girl, that's God. That's God talking to you. You need to
Yeah.
listen." And I was like, "I don't have no money to feed the homeless. I don't even know where homeless are. Like, I'm literally scared of homeless people. I literally walk around homeless people at a liquor store. You know, if I go to a store and they there, I'll wait till they move, or I'll, walk
Yeah.
around. I was literally afraid of them." And so she said, "Well, you need to feed the homeless." And I said, "Okay, I don't know where homeless people are at like that." So I finished her hair, and she paid me for doing her hair, and she gave me extra $50. And she said, "Now feed the homeless." And so I literally left my house and went to Smart and Final, and I just felt so good. I was like, "Oh, I need the containers, I need the spoons, I need this, I need that, I need bowls, I need cups." And I was just going crazy in the store. And people was looking at me that's like, "So you're going, you're having a big family fun?" I said, "No, I'm feeding the homeless. I'm going to feed the homeless." And so once I got home, all that just died down. I was like, "Where are homeless at? Like, I don't even see them like that. So where am I going to feed them at?" And so every day, I lived in the same neighborhood for over 20 something years. And every day I've been going down the same street, kid you not, every day to work. And so I picked up my business partner, and we was riding down the street, and some said, "Look to the right." And I looked to the right, and I said, "Oh my God." It was a community full of homeless people. The
Wow.
field was full of them. And I said, "Oh my God, when did they get there?" And he said, "They've been there." And I said, "You're kidding me. I never seen them before." He said, "They cut down the trees." I said, "Thank you, Jesus." That's the first place I went and fed, because I had no clue where they was at. And the trees were literally covering them up.
Yeah.
And that's
That
how.
is so fun. It's not funny, but the way you said, when did they get there? In other words, you until then you really didn't notice them.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice them.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They were just part of the landscape or part of. So when you did you make food and took it over there to them?
So
What
I
happened?
did. So I figured out my menu, and
Mhm.
my first menu was spaghettis and garlic bread and salad. And
Okay.
so I fixed it. And so then I kept saying, like, "Are they gonna be scared of me? Like, am I gonna be scared of them?" And then I just trust God. I said, "I'm gonna go." And I made the food. I got sodas and waters, and I went over there, and just yelled out, "Are you hungry? Is anybody hungry?" And they all start coming out the field. And I was like, "My name is Janie. This is my first time feeding. It's a pleasure to feed you all." Then they start coming up, telling me their name and talking to me. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was, from that point on, I started feeding every Sunday, a home cooked meal out my own cabinet.
Yeah.
From out, then people start hearing about it. They start donating 20, $10. I would take that, cook beans, and then I just start feeding 50 to 100 people. And I was like, "I'm going to be different. I'm going to feed them what I eat. I'm not going to feed them beans and rice and spaghettis." So I feed them enchiladas, beans and rice, fish and fries, chicken. I feed them gumbo. I feed them um, um, chicken Alfredo. I loaded baked potatoes, chili cheese dogs, you name it.
Oh my goodness. In other words, there's no difference.
There's no
People
difference.
are people.
They are people. Just I
And I think
barbecue.
not having a home, we've made it where they're not, and I'm guilty of this too. Not that you're not people, but you're less than.
Right.
That's what has happened. And it's I think it's not good to hear you say it, but it reminds me of you were afraid at first.
I was
It's
afraid.
almost like you know what it feels like when you're saying that, like going to an alien place of are they going to do something to me, or they're I think a lot of it just a broke just hurt that they
Yeah.
don't have a permanent place to call home, that kind of thing. And I can almost guarantee they wait for you to come.
They do.
Mhm.
I got
Now,
some of their phone numbers and they call me and it's like, are you feeding today? And I'm like, yeah, where you located? So
that's too funny. So now they make like reservations.
yeah, they want to know. It's some of them that, have homes now that are moved back home with their parents or
Mhm.
got their own place or in a shelter. They still call and say, do you have
Oh.
enough for one more? Do you have enough for me, my daughter, or me and my mom? So,
Oh my goodness. Oh, so you've seen some where there's a progression into more permanent, because like now,
oh,
like I
yeah.
said, the word how unhoused. Have you heard that word or no?
No, I haven't heard that word yet.
I I've heard it, but it means it's like someone told me it means the same thing.
Yeah.
That that kind of thing. The place that you first started, does it still exist?
No, so it was right here. I don't know if you know Moreno Valley, but it was on Ironwood and Heacock. And now they cleaned it out. It's a warehouse now.
In other words, they moved them out.
They moved them out.
That's what happens a lot of times, and they build something or fence it. I noticed that too, or they'll put
Yes.
fences around it where it's
Mhm.
hard. It makes it hard. That kind of thing. I cannot tell you how many times I thought, what is the answer to this? What is the answer to this? When I was growing up, I remember there was a couple, and as a child, we named them Jack and Jill. That was our names for them. But it was a Caucasian couple, and they were homeless. They were like, which we know at that time we call hobos, I guess you could say. That's the only
Yeah.
people in my entire life that I ever knew that didn't have a quote a place. But it was a couple, and they were, you could tell they had hard times or whatever, that kind of thing. But my parents said we couldn't go near them. I don't know if they thought they were going to do something. So that fear was implanted of you can't go, don't go over there type thing. They may hurt you or harm you. I don't know. So that just for you to say you had fears you had to overcome just to do that. But it's not funny. But I'm laughing when you said I don't have no money. you're answering you're answering the voice of saying what you don't have, but it really tells you too, um that like your friend was telling you, there are people that wanted to help you, people that she reached out, and said, here, this is to get you started. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine when you went to the store and start pulling pots down and people, and then get to back home and like, okay, now I still don't know where they are.
Yeah. I didn't know. I was like, oh wow, what am I gonna do?
Oh my goodness. I admire you for that. I really do. Um,
Thank you.
I do, because that's truly a calling to
Yes.
you answered that call. Have you been able to sleep since then?
Yes. Yes, I sleep. I
Do
sleep.
you have any more of those times where you hear the feed the homeless anymore?
No, I don't. I have where it says feed them this today. Put a salad with the meal today. Give them more vegetables today. I get those.
Oh, that's
Not
wonderful.
feed them.
Okay. I want to make sure we put this on here too, to let our viewers know where they would like to contribute. If you would like to contribute to feeding the homeless in Moreno Valley, but the truth is, even though this may be in Moreno Valley, I'm sure Janie would agree, feeding one person, you're changing not only their life, but the life of their family. Um, Hunger is real. It
It
is
is.
very real. And you don't have food to eat, much less a place to live, but then you don't have food to eat on top of that. It's traumatic. And Gwen said, beautiful story of your first feeding. You you treated them with such respect and humanity
Yes.
and
Thank you.
dignity and
Yeah.
dignity. Thank you, Gwen. Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Glenn. And you know what, Mary? I just don't feed in Moreno Valley. So
Oh, okay.
I'll pick a time and I'll go to Riverside and I'll feed all, Fairmount Park, all over there. And then I'll go to San Bernardino and I'll feed in San Bernardino.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'll find a family house and I'll cook and
Uh-huh.
I'll just go pass out food all over San Bernardino. So I'm just not in Moreno Valley. I just do more in Moreno Valley because that's
Okay,
where I live.
that's good to know. I know. So you may not have already known. My mother was a minister, and we used to go out on Saturdays. We'd have to get
Mhm.
up, get up at 5 in the morning, and we would fix sandwiches. We would have it would always be fruit. It'd be a message was always in there, and there would be chips. It'd be like at least 4 or 5 items, and
Mhm.
we would go downtown San Diego. So my husband, we would drive down. Me and Oliver would drive down from here, and we'd be part of the because it's like an assembly line making sandwiches for everybody. And then once we got the sandwiches made, it would be hundreds, and we would go. And I remember just looking. You almost have to look because everybody's not sitting, where you can see them.
Right.
And we would stop and we would say, we have food. And then, like you said, it's like slowly we would see people moving and they would come to us and they would, every single one, I remember saying, thank you for this. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's truly
coming
a
out.
blessing.
And yeah, they're always so grateful. But
They
that
are.
was her ministry. That was one of her ministries was feeding the homeless. So that's why I think too, my heart truly goes out to what you do because I know my mother did the same thing. And Elaine is saying, "Happy Monday, Mary and Janie. Glad to be back, Mary. I missed you. Oh, Elaine, I missed you. Elaine. I tell you, hi, Elaine. So I would tell you, you're doing such a wonderful, wonderful work, Janie. And like you said, you're talking now. I don't know what makes you go to different places because it depends on how much the food you have. Is that what determines it?
No. I just decide that today I'm going to feed in Riverside,
Okay,
and then I'll just say today I'm gonna feed in San Bernardino. This doesn't matter how much food I have.
okay.
That's where I'm going.
Got it. Got it.
And so
So,
there's a story also behind the name. My name, We Hungry,
okay.
We Hungry.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
So I was watching right before Jackson Limousine. They always give out turkeys and stuff for holidays.
They
And
do.
so right before, I believe right before he passed, I was watching them give out turkeys and stuff. And I said, they gonna be re-hungry. They always feed them on holidays. We always hungry. And so that's where I came up with the name, Re-Hungry, We Hungry, because we're always hungry.
Yeah.
And I feel like Sunday is the best meal because it's a good, hot, home cooked meal. And you
Uh-huh.
can wake up on Monday and you might think different if you're
Uh-huh.
full and you get a good night's sleep. So that's why I feed on Sunday.
Well, how would someone contribute to We Hungry, We Hungry?
Well, I have Zelle and Cash App and Venmo.
Okay.
My Cash App is $JAYLUV.
Okay, just a minute. I'm gonna put it in the chat. It is $ J. Is it capital or lowercase? JAY.
Capital JAY, lowercase AYLUV,
Uh-huh.
the number one, ON, the number one. That's
Got
my
it.
Cash App.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. And I'll put that on there. There we go. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see it, but.
Oh, well, don't say yes.
So is it the chat? Let me see if I can write in the chat.
I don't know if you can see. It says JAYLUV 1 on 1.
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't put the word Cash App in front of it, but let me put that in front of it. And
I
for
don't
those
see it in the chat, but.
oh no, it's on the screen. I put it on the screen.
Okay.
Here. Let
Very
me put
good.
Cash App. So, ladies, gentlemen, those of you that would like to give to help the homeless, and I can tell you as someone that truly supports Janie, I believe in everything she's doing, and I already know if anybody's going to do the right thing, some people don't always, but Janie does. She goes out of her way. She makes sure that, like you said, that they get a good hot meal, and then she has ideas about homelessness, right, Janie? About
Yes.
what we can do. We're not saying maybe eliminate, but definitely reduce it. So, what are
Yeah.
some of your ideas?
So one of the things is we have to, as a community, get to know the homeless. Find
Mm.
out their story. All of them are not on drugs. A lot of them are looking for friends, right? Somebody that can lead them into the right direction. You know how a group of us will go to church and each one of us will get a different message.
Right.
And so if we go out to the community where the homeless is
Hmm.
and give different messages, one of those messages may stick,
Right.
right? And then we'll be able to at least help one.
Right. Right.
And so when I go out, I ask them what their talents are. So if they like fixing bikes, and
Hmm.
they're always displaced. Well, can I bring you a screwdriver? Can I bring you a wrench? Can I bring you some inner tubes? Do you like to draw? I'll bring you some pencils. Let me give you some paper. When I come back, I'm going to buy that picture from you.
Oh.
How can I help you? You want to write a book? Write it down. I know people that are, that can get your book published. You have a story. So I want to, help them that way, because I think that once you get to know them and
Hmm.
you're able to help them whatever needs they have, then
Right.
I think that's how you'll begin to get them off the street by feeding them, putting them in a shelter. I don't know that that's help, right? But I think that I just really feel it in my heart
Uh-huh.
that if we get to know them, right,
Hmm.
then we can help one person at a time.
So it's instead of judging,
Yes.
because that's what I think. I know it was a lady I was helping, a homeless lady, and I'll be honest, I was frustrated because I tried to get her into, for her. This is what I realize now as I look back. I was trying to dictate her life, and she's an adult,
Mm,
and it's not
yeah.
for me to do that. And as I look back now, she was a veteran. I even at first she wouldn't even get in my car. It took about of me getting to know her for like 2 years,
Mm,
and she slept on the in a church parking lot. That's where she would sleep until that became dangerous, and then she
mm,
had to leave. I took her to social services, all those things. We did get one thing. I was very encouraged about. We did get her an EBT card. For those of you who don't know, you could say food stamps. And the
yeah.
lady, when we went there to do the paperwork, the lady said, "Who are you to her?" I'll never forget that. She said, "Who are you to her?" And I said, "I'm her friend." And the woman at the social services said, how can she have friends and she's homeless?" I said, "Why can't she have friends?" I remember looking at her, I said, "Why can't you have friends?" And she said, she told me, she said, "You're willing to use your address so she can get the EBT card." I said, "I sure am." Because you have to have a permanent address.
Yes.
You can't have a PO box. I don't know if people knew that. I didn't know that until I was in the office with them, and so I did. I used my address so she could get her EBT card, and I didn't have the code. I couldn't. It wasn't even. I couldn't use it. It was all for her. But
Right.
just knowing she could get something to eat, touched
Mm,
made me feel better. Just knowing she didn't have to be hungry every day, even if it's a piece of fruit, she could pay for
right.
it. Kind of thing. So unfortunately, we lost contact with each other because I would go to
Oh,
where I thought she would be or where she used to be. She stayed within like about a mile radius. I could almost find her. I knew where she would be. And then I've been going back and I haven't been able to find her. So I
Do
don't
you do you know her name?
I do know her name.
Have you
Um,
looked her up on Facebook?
I have not. I've not looked her up on
A
Facebook.
lot of people that are homeless, have been homeless, have social media. And
I will
so,
look her up because I know, I still get the things from social media. From not social media, from social services, and she knows where I live. I mean, that's never been a secret or anything like that. But she's never contacted me, and she had
mm,
the burner phone, I guess, one of those
yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, I say burner phones, Obama phones. I guess
Obama's
she
phone.
had an
Yeah.
Obama. I made sure she had a way to contact me. All those things, and now it doesn't even. It's a busy signal or something. So I don't know what that means. Um,
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm just saying what I agree with what you're saying. It really is one person at a time. Let me just say that there is no you can the rescue the world. all at once. It's one
Yeah.
person at a time.
It's one person at a time.
Yeah, her thing was she didn't want to be in a room. The VA said we can put you in a room. It'll be you and another veteran female,
Mm-hmm.
and she said I can't do that. I'm not kidding. She said, she goes, what if she tries to do something to me?
See.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait. Let me understand this. You're outside in the elements where anything could get anything. And she said, I would rather deal with that than be in a room and another person try to harm me. She said that.
And that makes sense because just because she's homeless, just because she's displaced, she has fears, and
Yeah.
her fear is being attacked.
Yeah.
And so for that, you have to make sure that the person that's in the room with her that's not 5150, meaning crazy,
Yeah.
and that will attack her. And so it's like you don't get options because you're homeless, but she's human. And
No, yeah. They told me. They said the lady at the VA said we can't have her in a place where she's gonna walk out anyway because there are too many people that want that bed. And we don't want to just, and the ladies told me, she said, if she's not willing to stay, because it was in Victorville, and I would have taken her the whole night. But she said, she told me before she left, she goes, I'm not gonna stay, so don't take me there. Just take me back to where and you're right. She has every right. And I respected that. I took her back and came back a few days later. I remember too, early on, I did kind of what you were doing. I was taking plates of food from our, dinner table to her and, all those kind of things. And then she just told me, she said, you don't have to do that. She was just very much, I'm good. I know you think it's not anything against you. She was just very nice about, you don't have to do that. I'll be fine. She said, I have survived out here for, I think it was 14 years. For 14 years.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
gonna be fine. I know. And I just, one night, in fact, we went out to find her. It was in the rain. It was a storm in Riverside. And then I was so worried about her. We went out that night to find her and we found her and we tried to get her to come home with us and she wouldn't come.
She wouldn't come.
So it was us doing our part, is what I'll say. Yeah. But
Yeah,
it
you
was,
did your part.
Yeah, we tried. That's what I call it. We tried. But
some of them don't like rules either. A lot of them don't like rules.
No. I think she liked the freedom.
Yeah.
She could do whatever she wanted. And let me tell you how close we got. I got to the point, she gave me her sister's number. I called her sister. Her sister lived in Victorville. Her sister came one year for Thanksgiving. They picked her. They came. I was there when they picked her up, and they took her for Thanksgiving. And the sister was crying. She said, I haven't seen my sister in over 10 years. And because of you making this connection, she said, I can't thank you enough for this. And she stayed with her, I think, about over a week. She stayed about a week, and then she came back. She told me when she came back. It was so interesting. And she said, this is what she said, I'm back home now. She was saying, I'm back to the church parking lot. That's what she was telling me. That was her home. She said, I'm back home now. When she called. And I said, are you okay? She goes, I'm fine. I said, well, how was Thanksgiving? So we were going through. She goes, my sister's fine. My nephew. She goes, they've gotten big. Because she, remember, it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've now that I'm talking to you, it's coming back to me about her. And I went looking the other day and didn't find her. I don't know. We just could be missing each other. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. But you have committed yourself to this, Janie. So I applaud you. This is my applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, God bless you for this, because it is a calling. It is something that, as long as I've known you, I think you've been doing it.
Yes.
So
I truly love it. I truly do.
Now you want to get a facility, right?
I do. I have a vision board, but it's not a vision board. It's a box. And I have it laid out as I want the shelter to be, right? And so I visualize like an old grocery store. And the back where the meat department is, like Stater Brothers, I have that like a buffet where they could pick what they want to eat. And one side for men and one side for women, and in the middle for ladies and children that be facing in, and so that they don't have no interaction with the men. And then it'll be a shower there and a shower there and a shower up here. Have it all laid out.
Wow. So you just need the grant funding.
Yes.
So you said you want to use one of the grocery stores that are vacant.
Grocery stores? Yes.
Okay. Did you pick out a building yet?
I do, but I can't do it in Moreno Valley, so I have to find another location.
They won't let you do it?
No, the mayor of Moreno Valley told me that he prefer that I look on the other side of the freeway in Riverside.
Was there a reason why?
He said that this Moreno Valley going to be $1 million town, and they don't want to bring down the value.
Wow. I don't think he realizes that even though they may be homeless today, that don't mean they're going to stay homeless.
Right. And there's no shelter, no anything in Moreno Valley. There's nothing here.
I never knew that.
Nothing. On the other side of the freeway, they have the Salvation Army, which house some people. But there's nothing here in Moreno Valley. Absolutely.
I never knew that. I know there's one in, I don't know if it's just one in Riverside. I know of one. I don't know how many are here.
It's about 3 or 4 of them in Riverside that I know of. But they always packed. They're always packed.
Wow.
And I'm not sure what they're doing during the pandemic, but I knew before the pandemic, they stayed packed. Okay.
Well, I don't think it's gone, down from that I know of. Because it's one just a few miles from us, I think, that I've heard about. Mm-hmm. But I think the training, all that has to be a part of a homeless shelter, because unless if you're not helping people to get out and get a job and get all things, what good is it? You can only stay so long.
Right. You can only stay so long. Yeah. I believe that, I don't know, it's just me, but I believe that when the people come into a shelter, I believe that they should be allowed to rest. You know how we get to rest? I believe that because most shelters want you to wake up in the morning and get going. And I believe that when you first come in, you should be able to rest, so that then we can begin to assist you and help you in whatever way we can help you. And a lot of times when people are on drugs, that's a whole nother process. Right. That's a whole nother process where you have to literally, it has to be something that they want.
Okay. Because I know too, Riverside is building a civil rights institute that costs, I want to say, I forget how many millions it is to build that. And the grants that helped put that, I didn't know if there's something to build a homeless shelter. Because it looks like to me most of the grocery stores now are filling. They were vacant. Now other businesses have come in to that area. That's what I noticed. That our economy is on. I think look to me like a growth. I'll say that. But it used to be I don't know, for a while there was quite a few vacant buildings, but now they're filling up again.
Yes. And they have a lot of warehouses too in Moreno Valley, like a lot. And there's some that's empty. And if they could figure out how to utilize a warehouse even to house them and get treatment, or even showers for that matter, give them a safe place to stay the night, for like a hotel or something. I don't know.
Right. To have like some privacy. Because I know what are they called? Tiny homes?
Yes. Tiny homes.
I don't think there's showers in there. You have to go to a communal shower, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I've seen a couple of them, and Riverside have a couple tiny homes too. And I believe you have to go inside the shelter to shower.
You do. I think.
Yeah. You do. So I don't believe that they have a shower, but I mean, just like, I don't know. One of the things is you need a good night's rest, and if you can't sleep good at night, your day is going to be crappy. You're going to be in a bad mood. You're going to be angry. If you're hungry, you're going to be angry. It's hangry, and then you have to get what somebody give you, and it could be scraps. And I know my brother is out there from time to time. He people give him food that they bit off of, and then they go, here, you can have it. And I'm like, you shouldn't eat after people, but he is on drugs, so
Yeah,
he was
I
out
hear what
there
you're
at one
saying.
point.
Yeah, but it's what you're doing is humane. Is what it is. It's you're not giving them seconds or something nobody wanted or nothing like it's just the same things if you were sitting down to eat.
Right.
And that is such a
Absolutely.
blessing, Janie. Thank you for all that you do. I mean that. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just I'm talking to you. I'm getting choked up because I just can't. I mean, I always, this is what I do when I see homeless people. I always pray for them. And I say, God, oh, if it wasn't for the grace of God, there go it could be any of us. It can be anybody. Like I
Yeah, the
said,
rent and the rent is so high to where I literally feed this guy that's retired. He lives in his car, but he can't even afford a 1 bedroom, and he wants to live here in Moreno Valley because that's where his life is, and where he raises kids or whatever. But he can't even afford a 1 bedroom with his pension that he has. It's
I
so
can believe
expensive.
it. I mean, now over what is it, 2,000 a month for a 3 bedroom or 3 bed. That's
I
not. I think it's just a 1 bedroom, 16, 1,700.
Yes, yes, 15, 16, 17, some 19. Depending where you go, you really have to look. And then they're taking right away. As soon as the one come available, they're taking. I don't know where all these people coming from, but it's a lot of people.
Well, I know. I just spoke to somebody. They live down in Oceanside, and they said not only are they taking, people are saying to the person, "Now I will pay you over what you're asking to get into the property.
Yes,
If
I
you're
heard that
asking
too.
for 2,200 a month, I'll pay you 2,400 a month."
I
They
heard
said
that
they have
too.
never seen any. This is to rent. That's how bad it is to find a place to rent.
Yeah, it's
It's I
terrible.
don't know the answers to these things. I don't. I think sometimes if you knew the answer, if somebody knew the answer to it,
Right.
yeah. How do we take? I know we're building more low income. Oh, I'm looking at the time. We're go almost over the program.
Oh,
I'm sitting there, well, that's how I'm just enjoying. I just looked at our time. Janie, I want to thank you for coming. I totally lost track of time, everything just into this. Oh, thank you so much for being here today. And I'm just now the comments are coming in really quick. It says, "Hi, Mary. Should this be something Rose Mays may be able to help her?" I don't know. We don't see Denise. Hi, Denise. And David is
hi.
saying, "Enjoyed the hour with both of you." This is David from Alberta, Canada, formerly from San Bernardino. Hi, David. And
Hi.
Gwen says, "Great show. Thank you, ladies." Thank you, thank
Thank
you, thank you,
you.
Jay. I lost track of time. That's telling. But
Well,
anyway,
Mary, thank you for having me. It's been an honor. You do a lot for the community and helping people as well. I really appreciate you. Your friendship means a lot to me. And thank you so much for having me.
oh, Janie, thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do, not just for the homeless, but for the community. Every time I talk to you, just you're always encouraging to me. You're always a positive influence and just a positive person. Thank you, Janie. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. All right. Ladies, gentlemen, we have been blessed today. Haven't we been blessed today? Janie is, oh, I'm telling you, I was getting choked up. It takes a lot, but when it's stuff like the homeless and the things I've seen, ladies and gentlemen, this touches my heart. It just touches my heart. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. We will be back next Monday. Our guest next Monday. All right. Well, it'll be those of you that join the email list. You know the emails go out by Wednesday or Thursday, and I let you know who the guest is coming on. God bless each and every one of you. I will see you again on Monday. Take care, everybody.